Hey guys, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. It's Pam, and we're back with Galvin and about to turn in a quest. It's been a couple days since I played last, so I have to kind of get myself reoriented, but I believe we're continuing on the main story quest, of course. But we're talking to Keitha here. You must be the venturer Mion sent word about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder seeds here bade us welcome venturers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts, till hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong, that is. Consider me a convert. Any road, you've a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I have a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? Get some new pants. Gear is one thing that I have not found myself really having to worry about in this game, at least until you get up until, like, the end game. Oh, I finally changed out my, my original pants. Good to know. Keitha appears most distraught. 7 hells! Some bastard Keycurn has gone and broken one of me chocobo eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it. Prompting the damn thing to drop the egg, it was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless 'em, but when 3 more of the vermin appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Keycurn. Would you mind heading over to the matron's lathe and having a word with a soldier named Rosaline for me? The rat men nest in her neck of the woods, see. She'll know what to do. This has so many. I've never been sure how to pronounce Is it Keycurn? Is it Keycurn? Is it Shishurn? Maybe. Should I be like doing some kind of Chinese pronunciation on it? Anyway, we're gonna go over here, and I'm just gonna take a shortcut because might as well. We have this to do. We also have the Lev quest that we have to, the initial leave quest thing that we have to do to get started, and I also still have it looks like, sorry, I had to blow my nose for a second there. Still have a class quest to turn in. I got lots of stuff to do, basically. You're here on Keitha's behalf. I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say, and there were 4 of the creatures? The Keycurn are a nuisance at the best of times, but now we must add trespass and chocobo murder to their list of transgressions. They forced our hand. Our retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Keycurn scramblers. We can send no clearer message. So we're going to go kill some Keycurn to pay back for the egg that was... Because, I mean, we're not just talking about, like, a simple egg. It was a chocobo egg, and those are very important. So I have a kitty on the back of my chair, and she is just digging in. Also, I'm rearranging things a little bit because I like to have my setup a certain way. And that way, hi baby girl, she's standing on the back of my neck. Well, she's propped on the back of my neck, I should say. But she's definitely trying to get some attention right now. My little girl. Oh, stop that. Hi. Hi baby kitten. Gotta pause and say hello to the girl. Oh, there's a couple more over there. I'll get these guys. Baby girl. And yeah, I do just pick them off one at a time. It's not like they take that long to kill. They make a weird little hooting noise when they die, which is kind of funny. But this way, it's just done. There's a lot, so you can really clear the cave out if you want to, but you don't have to. Okay, let me go take care of this leave quest. Hi, baby girl. Why? What do you want? What do you want from me, huh? Do you want attention? Because I'm a little bit busy recording right now. Hi. Oh, she wants head bonks. Head bonks for the girl. Alright, no, please don't do that. Now she's trying to go after my, something. Alright, here's the leave that I have to... I'm already 2 levels too high for it, but whatever. That's right. We have to kill these anole stalkers. Sometimes there's a treasure coffer. Not that I got any. Eye drops, you know, those are nice. I don't find that I get the blind status affliction too often in this. It doesn't seem like there's many things that that force that on you, but silence you get more. Paralysis you get a hell of a lot of. Spine drops are very, very useful in this game. Oh no you don't, buddy. Where do you think you're going? And antidote for poison is also very helpful. No, we're not going to do that because we're going to be heading back over there in a moment anyway, so I might as well just turn it in. Because then I'd have to run back over here. It'll transport you back to the Leave Quest Giver, which is really nice and convenient if you're doing a bunch of them and you just want to turn them all in at once. But if you're not, I'd get transported back there and then I'd have to run back here, and it's just a pain. The deed is done. Good. A grim task, but a necessary one. You've shown them the folly of inciting the wrath of those who consort with adventurers. Perhaps now the Keycurn will think twice before giving in to their larcenous proclivities. Yeah, let's do the leather jacket. And I'm now level 13. And this is gonna, yeah, this is certainly a look. I mean, I do like the sleek sort of look where it's not, everything isn't puffy around you, but Osha Jab is looking for something. Fancy, hello there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heavens Pillar there? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or two. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon they'll be covering the whole damn route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dynamites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taken care of one of his more dreaded chores. Theodore is scared of heights, so that's why he will. So we'll grab these, and yes, you can fall. There's certain like levels from which you cannot fall, though, where they actually have like an invisible wall sort of thing going on, which then become irrelevant when you get flying at level 50 and finish the main story quest. But still, when you're not in combat and you fall, it's not bad either, because you will end up with one hit point, so you won't actually die. You'll be close to it, but you won't actually be dead. That happened to me once, and I was like, oh shit, but it was fine. It was fine. All right. So I just like woke up about half an hour ago. It feels like, no, it's been a couple hours. I'm just kind of working my way back into the game. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folk can traverse the central shroud since the calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest pathway to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heaven's pillar to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. So I will get new headgear as it goes on, and it won't make a difference because most headgear doesn't show up on either Viera or Hrothgar. So that's kind of you get the cute bun, male or female, but you just can't wear any headwear or it won't show up. It is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bentbranch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the wood whalers. Which reminds me, mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing word down to Rosaline down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. And also, this area up here, everything is like level 30 plus. So, oh gosh, look at the sun. I guess it's the sunset. It's so pretty. So we are not going to be doing anything further at this stage. up here. We'll be back up there for quests later on. When we get our chocobo, and when we have things to do with our chocobo. But yeah, they do this where they'll split an area, and either you can't access the latter half, or it's just like you don't want to go there yet. Shadowy fellow. Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I thought I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it's nothing more than a keycurrent thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I'd like very much to see it. Okay, like that person is doing leaves. Because they initiated the quest, I could try to help them, but I actually would not be able to, because it's key to them. They do that with some other stuff too, which is kind of nice. Leaves have to be on solo. There's somebody flying on the motorcycle. Yeah, because flying motorcycles, that's just a normal thing. The Fenris, this thing, the SDS Fenrir. It's Cloud's motorcycle from Advent Children. It is very nice. It's also a fast mount, even when you haven't unlocked like the fast travel, or the faster riding mount speed in areas, which is another thing. Anyway, have you found something? I have. A leather bag. Remnants of a campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler. And inside we have a chocobo grooming bush and roseling oil. But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bentbranch Meadows? Bugger me, I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find the shadow. Alright, and we have someone else. A fledgling dragoon. I leveled again. As you can see, leveling goes really quick on lower levels, especially with the experience boost. We cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we've learned. To that end, I've prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, then find Bernard at the eastern gates of Bentbranch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Aelgar sees his letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if the stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Aelgar may have to personally put an end to it. And off we go. Alright, so I have to run back to the Bannock, which is only mildly annoying because it's on the other side of the river, which they gave, for some reason, very deep sides, banks, whatever. And I don't really want to go all the way around, so I'm going to... I mean, they did put in rocks, so you can easily jump up and get back to the other side, but it's just annoying. That's all. That's all it is. He's just an annoyance. So we'll drop off our first, or have the first letter here. You don't look like you're here for training. A shadowy figure. Understood. I'll pass word to the recruits as well as the sentries. Let me just make my mark. There, that should do. If you follow the road south, you'll find Bernard by the bridge to Bentbranch. Godspeed, adventurer. Also, there's quite a bit of dialogue that will be extremely alliterative, and that's going to be fun to read. They love to do wordplay, the translators to this game. I swear I just saw like a little flash of something that looked like lightning, or a visual glitch of some kind. Chico. Oh, I hate those things. Oh, they're just big bugs, fleas, or mosquitoes or flies or whatever, but they're gross. Okay, here's Bernard. You have business with me, adventurer? And again, we hand it over. Rosaline is right to be cautious. For this stranger to venture so close yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bentbranch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? And here, take it. You'll find Aelgar in the stables, past the right. I was doing an event quest here, and it referred to Bentbranch as a city, and I was like, are you kidding me? This isn't even a village. It's just like a ranch. And then they corrected it. Like, they changed some of the dialogue, and I swear they did. Halfway through the event. I don't know if people were complaining or what, but hang on, I'm going to take a sip. My soda, Paul. Ah, your first foray into the world of love quests appears to have been a success, and here's the reward for your efforts. Difficulty, speed of completion. Now that this little trial is behind us, I have no further qualms about assigning you tasks around Bentbranch Meadows. There are love quests aplenty for a hard-working adventurer such as yourself, and a deal of fame and fortune to be won in their doing. Now, I could also go on and unlock guild tests, which is the next thing, but I'm going to be honest, I've never once in my life done a guild test, and I don't intend to start now. They're like love quests, but they're apparently just for groups instead of solos. And I don't like playing with strangers. Except dungeons are fine. Mind the birds, adventurer. They get nervous around strangers. What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's Leith. You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmar, I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true, but even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. You're quite the compassionate adventurer by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of a capable man like yourself. We received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable Lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by large winged beasts. Yet, other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. If there's any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And, should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol his area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the God's damned road. In those words. Incidentally, chocobos. I don't think I've even, mentioned yet, but yes, we do. It's a Final Fantasy game, so you have to have chocobos. And Moogles, as you can see. I have my little wind-up Moogle, who is a minion, or pet. They're called minions in this game. They were pets in World of Warcraft. She has a salt and pepper seal. They're just for fun. They don't serve any purpose in combat. They do have a game involving them in the Gold Saucer, which is another place that we'll get to. I'm also going to stop and take care of these roselets because they are on my hunting log. So I have a few minions already, mainly because some of them come from the collector's editions, so I get them with every new character that I create. And then you'll get others through the course of the game as you play. There's a few. There's one that's actually an important character that they give you because he shows up and talks to you from time to time during Heaven's Word, or even before that. I think in the post ARR stuff. And did I get them all? 3, 4. Okay. Hunting log entry 10 complete. Okay. Excuse me. Hopefully that doesn't show up too loud. My voice is already starting to sound scratchy, but I guess that's just the way it is. Okay, so it turns out that this egg was not a chocobo egg, but a vulture egg. And these vultures are not happy that I am messing with their nest, which is totally fair and doesn't mean that I should have to kill them for it, but I guess I'm killing them for it anyway. I mean, I attacked them first. Yeah. I think, I'm not sure what these stone things are actually. I imagine that there was a bridge up to this thing this entrance or whatever it is, that's carved into the stone. But you can't get up there until you get flying, and there's really nothing up there. It's all just for set dressing, basically. But I still like that there's so much implication that there's a larger world that you only get to see bits and pieces of. A history to this land. A northern vulture, too, and they were defending a nest? Well, perhaps we could omit that last detail from any official reports. I'd rather not give Aelgar any further cause to be cross. Thank you for slaying the beast. You may rest assured that I will not permit this to happen again. Yay, and I'm up to level 15. I still haven't completed my last class quest yet, and now I have another one. But whatever. I'm surprised that active help entry is only added now because I've been doing these. Lothair wishes me to visit the hedge tree. I have another task for you, adventurer. I need you to head to the hedge tree to the southwest of here and speak with Hearer Leone. After tending to the hedge tree, the Hearer was scheduled to board a boat from the mirror planks. Well, the vessel's departure time has come and gone, but there's still no sign of her. Knowing how absorbed the Hearer becomes in her work, I'm not unduly concerned. Armel, however, was responsible for organizing Leonie's transportation and is likely wondering if her wayward passenger is ever going to arrive. Perhaps a gentle reminder is in order? Yes, I will head down this way. I have to be slightly careful because there's some dire mites. Not that I'm planning on engaging. I'm just going to run. We're coming up to, actually, this whole stone wall area where it goes down into the ground is one of the first dungeons that we'll be dealing with, the Tamtara Deepcroft. It's not the first one. The first one is Sastasha in Limsa Lominsa. But there's 3 in a row, basically, that are your introduction to dungeons in this game. And they're pretty simple. They're not too much of a pain. They're a lot of people complain about them because, like, you get them a lot. Whether you want them or not, you get them when you're doing queues and so forth, but we'll get to that. Yes, what troubles you, my dear? Yes, the boat. I'd quite forgotten. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well and finished, but the elementals murmur of a malevolent presence in the vicinity of the Tamtara Deepcroft. I must abide a while longer, that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Armel that I shall be late in arriving. Now, see, I just mentioned the Tamtara, and she is concerned about it. The Deepcroft is basically a burial ground, a barrow. It's haunted now, of course. But that's not the actual problem that's going on there. It's other stuff. So I'm going to go turn this in. I think I'm going to do the Lavender Beds quest while I'm there because that is right there and it's very easy to do and it unlocks the housing. I'm not going to walk around and show you guys houses because that would take forever. Player housing is a big deal in this game, and it's very frustrating because they give you the song and dance of, oh, adventurers can buy houses. At least on the English speaking servers, there are never any houses available. It is practically a mini game in and of itself to just sit there and try and buy something when it goes up for grabs. In fact, they are opening up housing in Ishgard. There was a whole quest line and a big production to do with putting that together and basically restoring that area. And now that area is restored, they're opening up housing for it. Next patch, I think, 6.1 or 6.2, it's going to be a frickin' slaughter. It's just going to be a bloodbath. You bear a message from Hearer Leone? An evil presence in the Deepcroft. That does sound grave indeed. I shall organize a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now, 2? Better make it 3 just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. I still don't have gear sets unlocked. God, I'm so far behind on that stuff. Might you assist me with another matter, sir? A wagon that departed from Quarry Mill was overturned on the road when some large, ill-tempered forest beast chose that moment to defend its territory. By Nofica's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remained strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can and deliver it to Keith at Bentbranch Meadows if you'd be so kind. So I'm going to go do that, but first I'm going to do this. Good evening to you, sir. What can you wish to know about the auctions? Very well. Allow me to explain. There's a growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad restrictive in the past, and so the Seed-Seer Council and the Order of the Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the elementals, decreed that the lavender beds be set aside for adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain their estates, that is. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree it's well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit stationed at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. Okay, so you only need to go to any ward. I think it's sort of vaguely in that direction, but, you know, I'm going to look at the map real quick. Yeah, it's got to be somewhere over here. We're just going to go to the first ward. Doesn't matter. Housing. I'll let you see this beautiful cutscene of the things that we'll never be allowed to purchase for ourselves. Yeah, these are player houses, and often owned by free companies as well as individuals. You can only own one at a time, I believe. However, free companies will sometimes gobble them up. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman. I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with a resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Yeah, that would be nice, but I just, there's one. I really like the styling. This must be some kind of Ishgardian outer wall. Yeah, and you can go inside, you can interact. They'll have retainers available. Yeah, we might as well just, wander through briefly. People do really gorgeous things with their estates, and it is so frustrating to not be able to purchase one because, everything is always sold out forever. Always and forever. This has got to be some kind of Titania nonsense. I don't know. What this whatever's blowing out wind there, I guess. But there's market boards and summoning bells. You can get to all your stuff easily. There's fishing here, of course, because there's water, so there's fishing. I really like the way this curves around to the entrance here. They've got a little bird bath right in there, and then a fire pit. And it looks like a brick oven of some kind. They've really got a nice setup here. It's very busy. There's etherite shards you can easily transport. So this has to be a free company. Let's look at the placard and see. Khaleesi Meridius. Keep off the lawn. House Meridius. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not. Sometimes they'll be themed. Like you'll have the free company I used to be in was supposed to be like a tavern. The one I'm in right now in Takia is like an inn, I guess. They were talking about revamping or overhauling the whole thing, and I don't know if they're still going to do that or not. But yeah, you can have it be like a public space, or you can have it be a private house. You can open it up for visitors or not, and then there's all kinds of furnishings and like wallpapers and floorings and different kinds of things you can put in to really customize it and make it like a beautiful space that's all yours. But of course, A, you have to have the money, and B, there have to be spots open for purchase, and it's just never, there's never anything available. I'm kind of hoping that when Ishgard housing opens, I will be able to get something, because hopefully people will be moving out of houses in like the quote-unquote old areas. But they always only have like a certain number of wards available, and I don't know if like there's probably a concern about like server load, that kind of thing. But right now, let me just deal with this gigantic toad that is about to pull me in. And I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with that, thank you. I really didn't need to do that again, but oh, I'm just used to refreshing my dots a lot. So that was what knocked over the wagon, this enormous freaking toad. And now that we have completed quests, we can go back to Bentbranch. I could teleport, but I'm just going to run because it's not that far away. And I am still very poor in terms of gil, and so I want to save every single penny that I can. Gil is kind of like yen. There's no breakdown of smaller coin. It's just one gil. That's it. You don't have pennies or nickels or dimes or whatever, or coppers or silver that adds up to gold. It's just gil. But there's also all kinds of other types of currency. There's tombstones. There's oh God, what am I thinking of? There's points that you earn at the gold saucer. There's just all kinds of currencies. There's beast tribe stuff. There's just, yeah, it gets to be a whole thing. It's not bad. It's all pretty self-contained and for the most part easy to understand. The ones I don't like are tokens that you get for the various raids, because a lot of times, like, they'll be the 8-man raids, because you'll have to gain a certain number to trade it in for equipment, and I can never remember which or where to trade it in or how many. It's just a pain, and you have to keep doing the quests or doing the raids again so you get enough of the stuff to get the gear, and then you end up with there's other tombstone gear later on you get that's even better, so it doesn't matter anyway. Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the lavender beds? Oh, adventurers only. Is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. Yes, I did see that. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come true. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day I'll have my own cottage and stables filled with my beloved chocobos. But not right now. Okay, so that just unlocks, I can now teleport to the lavender beds if I want to do that, which I don't think that I would need to do. But you know, it's nice to have easy transport available. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode here. I will be doing some more. I'm going to pause and take a halfway decent screenshot, hopefully. And then we will deliver the cargo to Keitha at Bentbranch Meadows. I will see you guys next time, hopefully. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.